Let's do it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and we're a lot later than we normally are. How are you on this Sunday afternoon? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a great day so far. And I hope it only gets better from here. Guys, yeah, didn't do one of these last night because I had the little one here and I wanted to get sleep. And I got a little bit. I got about 3 hours of sleep by the time I finally got settled in and passed out watching some Married with Children. And then I woke up to the cutest little scene. Lady Monkey is in the recliner, and Little Butt has always just positioned herself next to Lady Monkey in the chair, and she's still small enough that she fits there. So every morning when she's here, that's what she does. She cuddles up with her grandma. And I woke up to I was looking at that because I'd fallen asleep on the couch. I didn't want to go in the bedroom and wake them up. So it was just so cute. And then we just spent the day together playing, and her cousin came over, and the two girls kicked my ass. I got beat up by a almost 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. I'm a manly man, you guys. How are you all? How is it going? So I wasn't sure if I was going to do this. I was like, I could just wait and do a Monkey in the Morning tonight. It's like, no, I need to do one of those anyway. So I was like, what can I talk about? So what did I do? I went to Twitter. And, I had a thought, you guys. I know. I should have more of those. Tall person, thank you so much. Happy National Ice Cream Day, everybody. And because it's also delicious dessert, happy National Raspberry Cake Day, everyone. Thank you so much. Cryptic, thank you. You cannot justify this as morning. Of course I can. It is morning somewhere. Somewhere right now in the world, it is 4:18 a.m. That means it is absolutely morning time. How dare you, sir? Never question the morningness of my morning shows. Jack, my friend, how are you? Wait. He was just here. And then he just left. Okay. Maybe he didn't mean to click on the button. Wait. Damn it. Now he's there again. Jack.
Fat fingers hit a button.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm a little beat up from the girls, but otherwise well. Shrouded Angel, thank you. It's morning in Australia. See? Never question my morningness. I will win that argument every time.
It's like arguing midnight with gremlins. It's always midnight somewhere. So it's always morning when Monkey goes live.
Shady Grin, thank you for the drooling sticker. I appreciate it. So, Jack, I'm glad you're here because I had a thought when I was over on the Twitter machine. And it's one I'm surprised hadn't came to me yet. Trump is known for making really bad tweets. He says some really ridiculous shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes questionable, sometimes what could be called an outright lie, and sometimes just like, are you bored, Mr. President?
Oh, he's bored.
But I read, thank you so much for the manly monkey. Thank you, RBA Dar. That's very kind of you. Well, before I get into my thought. So Little Butt is sitting there with me, and Pumpkin wants to get up on my lap. Okay, so I pick her up on my lap. And Pumpkin is the one that I told you. Every time she's here, she just destroys my man bits.
Yeah.
So she's sitting in my lap, and she decides she wants to get down. And instead of, asking me to help her down, she turns around and starts pushing herself off me. And she takes her elbow.
Oh, no.
And uses that to leverage herself and push off of my manny parts.
Well.
So, that girl, man. I got to get a cup for when she's around.
Right? Like, it's like riding, dude. You need protection.
Oh.
Real quick. Thank you, tall person. Happy National Daiquiri Day, everybody. Same to you, man.
Indeed.
Which sounds like you could use one of those.
Man, that was painful. And her mom feels really bad about it. She's like, I'm so sorry. Like, look, she doesn't do it on purpose. It's just, she's a baby. She's not even 2 yet. So hopefully that'll get better in the coming years. And then there's another one on her way up that'll be taking that mantle. Yeah, good God. So anyway, I saw a Biden tweet.
Oh no.
Well, no, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad tweet.
Did he type in Alexa? Or
no, but that's the thing. Right there is that I realized reading this tweet, there's no way Biden wrote that. And I get that feeling a lot of the times when I see Biden's tweets.
Yeah.
And we know this. If you go back to the debates, all of the candidates who were on the debate stage were tweeting during the debates, even though none of them had their phones. Even though we could see all of their hands. Somehow they were still tweeting.
It's done psychically.
I'm guessing. But this is the thought I had. No matter what you think about what Trump says, at least that's coming from him.
Yeah, he has a very particular way of talking, even in his tweets. The vernacular,
And it was, I find it at least a little more honest for it to actually be coming from him.
Well, yeah.
There's one person who disagreed with me. They're like, no, at least Joe's professional in his tweets. I'm like, Joe's not tweeting.
That's some PR firm. Who are you kidding?
I don't think they should be allowed to tweet under their own names if somebody else is doing it for them.
I think it should be like the campaign of or something like that, so it's not them. It's disingenuous. It's pretty sleazy.
When it's coming from a blue check mark that says Joe Biden, that should be coming from Joe Biden. And I know stars do it and all kinds of people do it. They have PR firms that write their tweets and shit for them. I think it's dirty. Because, there is no way Joe is lucid enough to write what I read today. He was taking a shot at Trump. Let me see if I can find it. And you tell me, Jack. You tell me if I'm wrong here. This is what it says. Mr. President, your ignorance isn't a virtue or a sign of your strength. It's undercutting our response to this unprecedented crisis at every turn, and it's costing Americans their jobs and their lives. You think Joe wrote that shit?
No.
Ain't no fucking way he wrote that. Oh my God. This tweeted by staffer 1562. I think there should be something that says that. This is under Joe Biden's verified account. That's obviously not Biden writing it. That shouldn't be a verified account at the very least.
Yeah.
Because did you hit something or is that thunder?
That's thunder.
Oh Christ, that shit isn't headed this way, is it?
No, it should be going the other way.
Okay. Good. We had one of those
Cleveland.
the other day. We had a really, really loud one the other day, and as soon as I turned everything off, there was one boom right before I turned it off, turned everything off, and nothing for the rest of the night. I was pissed. Like, fuck you, thunder. Anyway, yeah, the whole idea behind the blue check is to prove that's who you are. Well, if you're not the one tweeting, then that's not who you are. I'm just saying. And again, I just think no matter what you think of Trump's tweets, because I know a lot of people hate him. A lot of people are like, he should be more nice about things. Okay, that's fine. But I've never heard anybody go, oh, Trump didn't write that. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, of course he wrote that. Look, it's misspelled. He's yelling. He's being a dick. Yeah, that was obviously Trump. Anyway, yeah, I don't think they should be allowed to have staffers tweet for them. Tweet for yourselves or don't tweet at all. That's my new motto.
Right? Oh, thank you, RVA Dar, who said, Jack, just because I think you're funny. Well, thanks, man. It's nice of you.
Yeah, nobody gives me money just because I'm funny. That's hurtful, actually. Damn. I'm gonna sit over here and cry. All right.
You should have a fundraiser for that.
A fundraiser for the guy who's sad because people won't give him money for
make Monkey happy because he is funny, just doesn't want to admit it.
Stop it. All right. This is one that Scribe had shared out on Twitter, and it made me laugh. I'm not going to lie. The education system isn't working for students of color. And this is percentage of all 2017 Washington high school graduates expected to earn post-high school credential by age 26, 41%. Percentage by race. Asian, 62. White, 42. Black, 31. Had Hispanic, Latino, 30. Native American, 18. Thank you, Chicago Mike. Didn't Obama sign his own tweets? I don't remember. I don't know if I was even on Twitter during much of the Obama administration, so I don't know.
Would you be surprised if you did?
No. But I want to point this out again here. The system isn't working for students of color. Did you see who the top race is there?
Asians?
Asians. I know they go back and forth on the white scale of whether or not Asians are white. But they specifically separated them here. I would say it's working for some of them. It's working for some of them better than it is for white kids.
See, Asians are a global majority, so they're exempt from this.
Oh, gotcha. If you're making the argument that school isn't working for students of color, maybe the first race you put in your graph shouldn't be Asian. At the very least, mix them back in with the white kids like you do any other time you're trying to hide them.
Right.
It's a disturbingly honest graph. Oh,
but, you were right the first time. It's graft.
Yeah. Pincalo, thank you. You sound rested. I'm not. I'm really, really not. Maybe they're talking to you. Jack, do you sound rested?
I had heat stroke yesterday, so.
Dude.
Yeah, it was a long weekend. So I got heat stroke because I was helping my parents while I was running their garage sale. And then my uncle died unexpectedly.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I haven't seen him in like 20 years. I'm cool with it.
But sucks.
Yeah, I'm not going to the funeral or anything because it's really far away. I'm not flying out to Salt Lake City unless I absolutely have to.
Gotcha.
I didn't leave anything there. So, yeah, but it was a whole ordeal. Like, had to contact other family members and all this, and it became a big fest of blubbering, crying people, and I don't do well with that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it's been a long weekend.
Damn, dude. Well, I am sorry about your uncle, and sorry to hear you're getting too hot out there in the sun, man. Drink a lot of water, man. Get one of those. Get one of those umbrella hats.
Well, I pulled a monkey and didn't eat for most of the day.
Oh, dear fuck, dude.
I ate at like 7 a.m. and then didn't eat anything until today.
Nice.
So, yeah, that probably didn't help. But that was yesterday. The first day of the garage sale went really well. But
you know, if it wasn't for the fact you yell at me every time I did that, I might be like, oh, I can understand. But you yell at me every time I do that. So it's not like you don't know.
But it's a pattern of behavior with you. This was a one-off.
That makes it better?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it totally does. No, I just don't do well with heat. So, and I got a little bit of sunburn, but nothing like I could have. I was sitting in the shade, drinking lots of water, having to pee every 5 minutes because I broke the seal early on.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was just, and then there was an assortment of weirdos trying to haggle over like 25-cent items. Like, will you take 50 cents for this? It's a fucking dollar, lady. If you can't afford that, too bad. You know, after a while, you just get sick of it because it was like 95 degrees out. And I'm like, I'm going to kill all of you. But one lady tried to offer me a dime for something that was 50 cents. And I just thought of something my brother-in-law said years and years ago. He said, I will wipe my ass with this before I give you a discount.
I kind of understand that because there's people who go out there and they haggle it at these things. If it's like $5 and you're like, would you take 2 for it? I understand that.
Yeah.
If it's under $1, give them whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, $1 or less, no negotiations. Just either take it or leave it. And I'm open to negotiation because I want to get rid of stuff. That's the whole point of a garage sale.
Right.
Unload your junk on some unsuspecting retard that's got a couple extra bucks and an impulse buy. You have it. So I'm all for that. What I'm not about is the Karens that come along because, yeah, most of them are Karens. The Quaid man just asked us how many showed up. At least a dozen. And they will offer you a deal. They want a wheel and deal like it's the fucking Baghdad marketplace. No, it's a fucking garage sale. Everything is usually less than $1 when I sticker it anyway, because my job is to get rid of stuff.
Right.
So I had like 2 entire tables of 25-cent items. And people are like, would you do 5 for $1? I don't know. You want to watch me launch it into a tree? Sorry.
I will break this right in front of you.
Right? I totally would, too. There was a lot of stuff that, like, I'm going to throw this away after this garage sale anyway, so...
Getting back to our story here, there was something else in this little clip that we have here. It's kind of interesting to me, Jack. It tells us the difference of national assessment scores in 4th and 8th grade for whites and blacks in reading and math. When we see in that other graph that Asians are the best of all, why would it be whites and blacks instead of Asians and blacks? Wouldn't that make your point even bigger?
You would think so.
I'm guessing the score is much different. I'm guessing the Asians are kicking white kids' ass in these assessment tests too. Maybe it's not the education system failing these kids.
I think it's poor study habits and environments where you can't study. Like you got noisy environments or no room to study. I think that plays more a part of it than any kind of racial bias. Plus, you have to value education. If your family doesn't value education, that's going to factor in too, regardless of what race you are.
Ding, 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 ding. That would be my guess because you ever see people complain about how strict Asians are with their kids and learning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they're learning.
Yeah. And they don't fuck around, man. You get some like Chinese tiger mom, she's gonna make that kid fucking work 14 hours a day until he gets it right.
Yeah, I don't think it's about the race. I think it's environmental factors. That would be what seems to be the difference to me. And you know what? At this point, society-wide differences.
Yeah,
because it's excused. It's absolutely excused for this article. That's basically an excuse. It's the schools that are failing them. Is it?
No, how many times when I was subbing, we would have these parents come in all the time and yell at me like I'm the real teacher. And I'm like, I'm reading a magazine, lady. I don't know what the hell you're on about. But they would come in and bitch. I'd listen to the other teachers in the lunchroom and stuff like that. And they're complaining. The parents would come in and say, you need to change my kid's grade. Maybe your kid should study harder. How's that? Maybe he shouldn't be dicking around and talking about like, I don't need this. I don't need to know this.
The molesting teachers are the failures.
Well, there's that.
We just saw that one in West Virginia. She's going away for 2 years for sending nudes to a.
The Snapchat one.
Yeah, 15-year-old. She was sending topless pictures to him, and this was a kid she'd taught 1 to 2 years before.
Wow.
Yeah. She hung on to his Snapchat information. And she said the first picture she sent, she meant to send to her husband. But she sent at least 4 pictures. So, okay. The first one you meant to send to your husband. All right, I'll give you that. Sometimes you click on the wrong thing. I don't know why you got all your students on your Snapchat, but, we're different people.
That's where the argument breaks down. Like maybe you accidentally could send something to someone else, but why do you have that kid's phone number in your phone?
And after what you just kept sending different poses.
Well,
accidentally.
her
the
story
kid?
was that he was blackmailing her, and she was afraid that he would tell.
Yeah.
So you're just feeding that beast forever? I don't understand. There's a point where you just have to be like, well, I fucked up.
Yeah, you all you got to do is report that, like, whoops, and done.
Yeah.
And that kid gets in trouble for trying to blackmail you. Problem was she had no proof. Yeah, I accidentally deleted that email. I thought it was one from my husband. Silly bitch. She sent nudes to a kid that was 13 when could not have been older than 13 when she met him.
That's what hebophiles do, man. They're pervs. They're gonna.
I hate people.
We don't know if she touched him in his no-nos or anything. So.
Yeah, where's the other one I wanted to talk to you about? I know there was one more graph I want to talk about here. Where the hell did that go? This one. This one's been going around, Jack. It's not really a graph, it's a poll. Jamil Hill sent this out. She was the first one who sent it out. This is a poll that was taken, and it shows that of all people, 40% for Trump, 49% for Biden. White people, 49 to 42 for Trump. Black people, 10 for Trump, 78 for Biden. Hispanics, 23 for Trump, 62 for Biden. I don't know where the Asians go because they didn't tell us in this one. And somebody tweeted this out. Come on, white people. And it's a whole thread of white people just hating on white people. Some really silly shit.
These people are self-loathers, man. Who cares about your skin color? I find that stupid. Come on, white people, vote for Biden. No, who cares? That's almost margin of error anyway.
Yeah, it's within 7 points. The margin of error is 3.3. So yeah, that would be almost definitely in there. P-Dog, thank you. My test for schools: if there are kids that leave your school and go on to be a successful career, college or otherwise, your kid failing is not your school's fault.
Yeah, I've been to bad schools. I've worked in some shit schools over the years, but because subbing's easy work. It's usually shit pay too, the shittier the school. But man, even in those places, there are kids that try really hard with what they've got, and the teachers try to be innovative and bring in their own equipment or stuff like that, and they find a way to teach. But I tell you, I've never seen more people make excuses than parents trying to shovel off their responsibility onto the schools when it's their responsibility to make sure their kids get educated. Take some responsibility and help your kids learn.
Here's the thing. My children all went to the same school system. My oldest and my youngest had great teachers throughout. My middle child, there were some of his teachers that if I had the power, I would have fired them.
Yeah.
They were bad teachers. The most notable was the third grade teacher. She's the one I've told stories about before. She was a horrible teacher. And just an outright bitch. So, I get that there's bad teachers and stuff. But what that graph there that we looked at showed isn't bad teachers or schools failing.
No.
That's something else. And since I don't believe in the IQ bullshit, I have to look at nurture. And you know what? I've been in those situations. I've seen those situations. I saw just the other day, Jack, there was another, who was it? I can't remember. It was somebody black on Twitter. And they were talking about how black kids are made fun of for acting white, for trying to learn.
Yep. I've seen that.
Happens a lot. So, maybe, just maybe, it's not and again, like you said, we're not excusing all schools. It's not saying all schools are perfect. That's saying, maybe you should look somewhere else. Anyhow, white people, get your shit together. I thought that one was funny because there's not a real threat you can hold to the white people. It's not like Joe Biden can go on TV and say, if you don't vote for me, you're not really white. I mean, he can say that to black people.
I couldn't believe he said that, quite honestly.
I can't believe he didn't get in more trouble for it.
Right? Well, the media spins for him all the time.
Oh, yeah. But again, you can say that to white people, and the media will be like, "Oh my God, did he really say that?" Because that would make you a white supremacist.
Yeah. But everything kind of does these days.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't crack that whip the way they can with other ethnic groups, right?
I guess.
Can't crack that whip to bring honkies in line the way you do with black people. I was going to say with Negroes, but that's racist again.
I can't keep up. They keep changing the words that you're supposed to use. I mean, people of color sounds like something out of the 40s.
Yeah, that sounds a little too much like colored people for me to be comfortable using it.
Yeah.
Because colored people sound stupid anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew Joyner, who says, but taking responsibility would mean you can't blame other people for your problems. Oh, and evening, Monk and Jack. How's it going?
Good evening. Or good morning in our case. Look, people of color and colored people, it always sounded like somebody that works at Crayola.
Yeah.
I don't associate that with skin complexion, and it sounds super racist.
Well, Roger Stone was on some show today. One I'm not familiar with. I forget the guy's name, but he's a black radio host, and they're talking, and it kind of sounds like Roger Stone is talking to somebody in the background, and he says, "What is it? I don't want to talk to this Negro," or something like that.
Whoa!
Yeah. And so there's a huge debate on Twitter over whether using the word Negro at all is racist. Not to the point of the N-word, guys. Sorry, it's just not. And this one I would definitely say is contextual, considering we still have the NAACP.
Yeah. Well, and he's stupid old too, so that to him that's probably not a slur word. Not like it is nowadays.
Oh, sorry, not the NAA, the college fund, the United Negro College Fund. The NAACP is still the colored people.
Yeah,
that's still part of their. Yeah. As long as those things exist, you can't make the argument that it's always racist to say it. Now, that doesn't mean it's not racist to say it. But I mean,
I think it's a lot of it depends on like the age of the person and the context it's used in. Because
context is key.
Yeah. Oh, is there video of this? Assassin's asking.
I don't. There's not video that I've seen. There's audio of it. Let me see if I can find it.
Now, I don't think he meant it as a slur. I think it's just one of those things where he's old and he's used to talking like that because he's from that generation where that was the way you described people with dark complexion.
I'm just not sure.
It's hard to say. Like I said, it's context. If he had been like, "Oh my God, I don't want to talk," then maybe, but who knows?
Yeah, Mo Kelly is the name of the guy whose show he was on. Where the hell did I find that? There's a page for Mo Kelly for his show where it's uploaded because it's a podcast or some such. And I found it earlier, but I'm having trouble finding it at the moment. Was it in the New York Times article? Yes, this one, right? Is this the right one? I think I found it. Yeah, it's in here. And if you look at the timeline for it, you can see where the audio goes up and down drastically. You're going to want to go right before it starts going down, and you'll get to hear it. You're going to need to turn it up a bit so you can hear the first part of what he says. I forget what he says. It's either I'm tired of talking to this Negro or I don't want to talk to this Negro. One of those two. But I don't know if he was being racist. I think he probably just didn't want to talk to that guy anymore. I don't know why you would schedule yourself this soon after the what was it? The commutation of the sentence.
Oh,
If it wasn't something you were willing to talk about.
Who knows?
Because of course that's what people are going to talk about.
What else would there be to talk about to him?
I mean, and if you're not sure it's what's the word I'm looking for here? A host who's not going to give you shit about it, a friendly host.
Yeah.
Then why the fuck would you go on there in the first place? Dumbass.
Right?
Anyway. But yeah, so if you guys watch that, you can find it and listen to it and decide for yourself. And then it goes kind of quiet for a little bit before it comes back. And yeah, anyhow. That word was considered polite language. At a time, I mean, Dr. King talked about the Negro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this dude's pretty old. Maybe it's just the word that they used when he was younger. Because old people, as you get older, it's harder to change and adapt, especially with the linguistic gymnastics you got to keep up with now. I think he probably would have thought of people of color as a racist term.
He's the villain from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. What do you expect?
Right? He's going to put somebody in the dip.
He is. I don't know who's advising him on his clothing choices, but you got to stop that motherfucker.
I'm telling you, that dude's stuck in like 1965 because he's dressing like a spy from an old Bond movie.
Oh man,
and
I find that picture.
The most important thing here is that we have 192 viewers, but we only have 70 likes. So if you could, please hit like. Don't forget to share it around and subscribe to Monkey's channel. And then go subscribe to mine.
Subscribe to all the channels. They are linked below. And don't forget to throw money at it. Look at this shit. It's mostly those glasses. He wears them a lot. Dude. There was one. He's got one in a top hat, too, somewhere on here.
A top hat? Really?
Yeah.
Is he a vampire?
I think he's insane.
Well, we knew that.
Where was it? There, when I first came over here, there was one. Oh, right there. This motherfucker.
That better be for a period event, because her outfit looks kind of Victorian era too. But they might just be giant weirdos. I don't know.
You know what? Maybe this was for an event, but those glasses weren't. Because Victorian era, they didn't have sunglasses.
You know who would have sunglasses, though? A vampire.
Perhaps. He looks like a fucking retard.
More evidence. He's a vampire.
All right, Jack. I'm really glad you're here today.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm glad you're here every day when you can make it. But I'm really glad you're here today because I'm getting annoyed. And I feel like you're the one who can share my annoyance on this.
Uh-oh.
Because you led me down this path.
I'm good at that. I'm an enabler. I've told you that several times.
You are. And in this case, it's so true. I was already hooked on watching the Chaz stuff. But you're the one who sent me the other ones where I could watch all the stuff, and we eventually moved to Portland, where you've been watching anyway for quite a while.
Yeah.
Well, because of that snatch. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, this is my soap operas.
Indeed. Well, because of that snatch and grab the other day, suddenly the news is suddenly paid attention to it. Oh, my God. They've moved the feds in. Jack, how long have the feds been down there?
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks. As long as I've been watching. You're the one who told me the difference between the two when I first started tuning in.
Well, I should develop a program because you gotta have a program to tell your players apart.
Indeed. So I've been watching the news. I've been watching our elected leaders And the narrative coming out about all this, it's getting on my last goddamn nerve. I don't know if you saw the other day that Nancy Pelosi said that Trump had sent out stormtroopers in response to graffiti.
Yeah, that's total lie. She's a disingenuous bitch. And that's the problem, is that we've got so many elected officials just straight up lying about what's going on. But the news media doesn't show anything except what they're saying. So if you haven't been watching these streams, like on our new friend Eyes On's channel, then you don't know what's really going on out there. You don't know how violent these people have gotten.
Well, I saw, was it even people who are not sympathetic to these guys get it completely wrong. Ian Miles Chong yesterday said that the protesters were stupid because they're trying to use a crowbar to beat through a block of cement or something like that to get into the building. I'm like, that's not what they were doing.
No, they're just bashing on it to annoy the people inside.
Yeah, because he shows this video of them beating on this metal pole, and it's a metal pole that they had put up against the building to try to keep the doors closed.
Yeah, it's an intimidation.
If they were trying to get in, they'd try to go through those doors, not through the fucking wall.
No,
it's not 7 days to die.
No, it's more like they're trying to set the building on fire and burn everybody alive inside because they've tried that.
Yeah. Gamer Valine, thank you. Monk is right. They weren't sunglasses in the Victorian area. In the Victorian era, they were syphilis glasses. Fair enough. Oh, God. He just looks like such a douche in those pictures. Anyway, so everybody I see talking about it, Jack, up to and including Razor Fist, are getting it completely wrong because they've only been paying attention for like the last 36, 48 hours.
Yeah.
And Jack, did you see the video of that chick that got snatched up by those guys?
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I watched that a couple of times, and everything about it is off. She doesn't resist. She just goes along quietly. I don't think that's real. I think that's staged.
I think because the Department of Homeland Security came out and said they did arrest that person. I think they were picking up a CI.
That's possible. It could be one of their people that's undercover too. But yeah, I think that video might not be the actual arrest, but either that or it just looks really fishy because they went straight for this chick. She knew they were coming for her and still didn't run or fight with them or anything that we've ever seen out of these people who hate the feds.
Mm-hmm.
Something's really fishy about that video.
They never cuff her.
Yeah. They never pat her down either.
Yeah, don't pat her down. Don't cuff her. Put her in the back seat with them because one of them is in the back seat with her.
Yeah.
They go straight for her off of a corner where she is covered from head to toe. The only thing you can see is her eyes through her goggle.
Yeah.
So the only way to identify her was that shirt she was wearing. So it's amazing to me how they stopped at that exact corner, got that exact person, and they were so no resistance, no handcuffs, no pat down. That was fake as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, they're snatching people up. Zan, thank you. P-Dog requested a beam up. What, he wanted to come hang out?
Yeah, she was very
Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
And what I thought was most interesting was the person filming didn't get involved like they usually do. Usually they'll try and cock block them. So I think, though, if the whole thing is legitimately Homeland Security, I think they staged this to create fear in the protesters or the rioters. I think everybody was involved in it one way or another. So the people filming it, the people they arrested, the people in the van, they're all in on it. But it just doesn't look real to me. It looks staged. Maybe that chick did get arrested, but I think this was a recreation.
That the one thing people kept pointing me to is like they came out and said they're arrested. This I said from the very beginning, it looks like they're trying to arrest a CI because this is if you're going to pick one of them up and they happen to be in public and there's no other safe way to do it, you arrange an arrest.
But you notice there were only like 3 people on the street there. They're on a dead street going around.
I said exactly.
Yeah, so it had to have been real late at night or real early in the morning, whatever you want to call it. They're on an intersection that looks generally innocuous, but there's nobody else around. You're telling me that these guys waited until there were only 3 people alone? How were they on their doorstep? Like, come on. I'm just not buying it. Plus, they didn't have any of the equipment that you'd usually have if they're going to make an arrest like this. I didn't see any handcuffs or zip ties. They didn't even have that stuff.
They had zip ties. The one guy, because that I watched for the handcuffing very closely because they make moves. They put their hands down by hers really, really fast and then bring them back up.
Yeah, see, no, I'm just not buying it. It just looks fake.
And the one guy, the one that comes in from if you're watching the video, he's on the left side. You can see he has zip ties. Jordan, thank you. I like to believe the Fed arresting that girl was her dad. That's why it was awkward. No,
he finally came to your recital.
Again, I said this too the other night, Jack, when I was talking about this. Usually these people, you wear a black shirt, a nondescript black shirt.
Yeah.
And she's got this giant design right on the front. So many things that were just too convenient. Hi, P-Dog. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, dog. How you doing?
It's an op. It's absolutely
you're
an op.
That's what I'm saying.
You're a little bit hot on your mic, bud.
Am I? Oh, shoot. I forgot I had it turned up for something else. How's that? Better?
Now it's way too low.
Too low. Try there. There we go. Try that.
A little bit more.
Okay. Here we go.
There.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Right about there sounds good. Yeah.
Although I might start yelling, so it might.
Fair enough.
All right.
Andrew Joyner, thank you so much for the donation. Why is it showing me that but not showing me a donation? That's weird. Oh, my thing is messing up. It's just going to start dinging at me over and over again for everything that's ever been donated. All right. Anyhow, God bless that.
Do we have this video anywhere we could drop the link in?
Yes, and actually we can watch it again if you'd like.
Sure. We gotta get P-Dog to go nuts on this one.
This one was it's so fake, so fucking fake. Let's see. I know I have it in my profile somewhere, so give me a second to dig it up. Nope.
What you been up to, P-Dog?
I've just been doing my show. Actually, I posted some flowers today because I needed to get away from all the other bullshit. And then I posted a picture of the pool. That's about it. But no,
I come here.
Yep. No, you know what? The school thing got me. That's when I was yelling, and thankfully Lady Boomer's not home because she'd have been like, "What are you yelling about?" Anyway, let's watch this.
Okay. See, he's got zip ties right here, Jack.
Oh, okay. We just didn't pay attention to those, I guess. See, they walk right by 2 people that they got their backs to 2 suspects.
Yep. This guy never actually puts his hands on hers.
Yeah.
That guy, his hand goes down there for half a second and comes right back up.
And they didn't.
And guys, I can't. Real quick, I can't do like I did the other night where we go through it little by little because my internet is not acting the best. So anyway, so they put her in the back. The one gets in the front of the car. The other gets in the other side, and they just drive off. They're not there long enough to have cuffed this person.
I want to know what those ball caps say that are in the dashboard. And you'll notice that goes by too quick. You can't read the license plate either.
Yeah. The license plate is just whited out because of the lights on it.
Is it?
Which is, well, kind of, yeah. And if you watch it in slower motion, you can see the drag from lights being on there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this is all fishy to me. P-Dog, what are your thoughts?
P-Dog? Oh, he's muted. Yeah, it's fake. There's no. I'm going on record. That is fucking fake.
Yeah.
That is not a valid arrest. That is not a person who got in trouble and was arrested. The story is that she had done something earlier in the night and they went and snatched her up, or she was wanted for something. Yeah,
which is a great propaganda story if you're trying to create the illusion these people are getting snatched off the streets.
So, quick question about that. Sorry, I had to mute because Lady Boomer called me. Has anyone seen any of these other so-called arrests?
There is one other video that I've seen.
One more.
Right, but they're talking like they're happening all over Portland.
Well, the only thing the exact psychological op you'd want to create and to instill fear in people.
Exactly. There's only 2. But if you listen to anybody, like I'm reading all these people on Twitter talking about they're snatching people off the street all left and right and yada yada. These stormtroopers and the Gestapo and yada yada yada. They have one example that they keep showing over and over.
There's another one. She was some Black Lives leader in the area. It's a fat chick yelling on the ground as the other chick gets arrested. You can see people get arrested every night where they'll come out and they'll snatch somebody up, but they're given to the Portland Police Department.
Right. And I've seen the ones like right outside those 2 federal buildings. Like, they come out, they're banging on the door or something. They go out, they take them, and then they give them to police. But they're talking like they're hiding them away in some secret location or something.
Yeah, see, there's a secret Proud Boys cave where they all get together and meet, and then they go out on their snatching sprees, and they abduct people dressed like clowns, maybe. I don't know. This is fucking dumb. Okay, so there's 2 ways to look at this. If this is fake, this is my personal idea. Number 1 is that this is the feds creating fake videos to instill fear in these people. More likely, however, this is a setup by Antifa to create fear, to gin up people's anger and get them to be more aggressive with the feds.
And that part, the only reason I don't agree with that one is because DHS did come out and say they arrested this lady.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that this is that video.
No, this is the one they spoke about. Yeah, they specifically mentioned this one being that they arrested this lady.
Yeah, they're saying they arrested her. They're not necessarily saying this is how we arrested her. This is our people. Are they?
Well, that's the implication, is that this was them. I'll look it up. I'll find the thing and we'll read it in just a second. Gamer Vleen, thank you. You mean we run counter-terror ops? Why wasn't that a thing in the military? Oh, wait. Indeed. Let me find the thing, Jack. Go ahead, P-Don.
Oh, no, I was going to say Dangerous Spaces asked me, be fair, how would people record these incidents? I mean, really, how many people have cameras ready to record these incidents? I think that's being sarcastic. And thanks for the super chat from Tall Person. Happy Stick Out Your Tongue Day, everybody. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Jordan 250. A girl told me I reminded her of her dad, so I borrowed $5 for cigarettes, and I'm not going back. Don't worry, I told her my name was Matt Jarbo.
Nice.
Thanks, Jordan.
Oh, damn, the only place I know where to find it, this motherfucker tweets a lot. God damn. If you tweet more than me, you have a problem, sir. And you tweet a lot more than me. And these aren't even just all retweets. Motherfucker. All right, I'm digging. You guys talk for a minute while I dig for this.
I got to drop out for a second, guys. I have an issue, so I'm hopefully I'll be back.
Cool. All right, dude.
Sorry.
I get what you're saying. You're saying that she was arrested, but what we're seeing is not the actual arrest.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a recreation of events, like an Unsolved Mysteries edition, because otherwise this thing looks fake as fuck. So if this was an actual arrest, all those guys should be fired because they're shitty at their job. They didn't pat her down. They didn't search her backpack. They didn't even cuff her or give her a zip ties. She's just got her hands behind her fucking back. So, yeah, she might have been a CI, but I don't know. This looked fake.
See, you and I, we've seen a lot of these people arrested.
Yeah.
And I have yet to see any of them arrested without them being cuffed.
Yeah.
Without them being bound.
And there were 3 people, this chick and 2 others. And you're telling me the other 2 just stood by and did nothing? Because we haven't seen that either. Usually there's people trying to interfere and screaming at them. And these guys were relatively calm for the spastics we normally see.
All right. This is the official statement. This came on July 17th. While the U.S. Customs and Border Protection respects every American's right to protest peacefully, violence and civil unrest will not be tolerated. Violent anarchists have organized events in Portland over the last several weeks with willful intent to damage and destroy federal property, as well as injure federal officers and agents. These criminal actions will not be tolerated. CPB agents had information indicating the person in the video was suspected of assaults against federal agents or destruction of federal property. Once CPB agents approached the suspect, a large, violent mob moved towards the location. For everyone's safety, CBP, agents quickly moved the suspect to a safer location for further questioning. The CBP agents identified themselves and were wearing CBP insignia during the encounter. The names of the agents were not displayed due to recent doxing incidents against law enforcement personnel who serve and protect our community. So, I mean, that sounds like they're talking about the video itself. Because what you don't see in that video, guys, there is another angle somewhere where on the driver's side of the van going down that street that's right there, and some black clad folks come up. That's what they're talking about with, a group of people moved in. So there were other people moving in. Even in that case, why wouldn't you at least that crowd didn't move in before they started to grab her?
Yeah. Well, they could have at least zip tied her. It doesn't take more than a few seconds. Somebody in chat said that in the military, males can't pat down females. Yeah, but this isn't the military. This is feds. Yeah. And you could do a cursory pat down. You just can't touch anywhere near their no-no squares.
Yeah, that looks fake as fuck. I'm sorry.
I think it does too. She was probably one of their people or a CI. If this is even remotely genuine.
But even worse, Jack, because we know these agents are out there. We know they are helping to arrest people. We know they're gassing the shit out of them. Did you see last night? Holy shit.
Yeah.
They gassed him twice within like 20 minutes.
Well, I bet Ted Wheeler's going to have a baby over that one.
And then they didn't gas him again when they probably really should have. Because I was waiting. I was like, I need to go to bed. Just one more gas. That's all I want to see. Oh, that probably makes me a bad person.
I'm okay with it.
These are rioters, guys. These are not peaceful protesters, no matter what you read. But that's what's bothering me. I've seen over and over and over and over again since that Nancy Pelosi tweet, people refer to these as, you're just getting them for graffiti.
No, you're not. They beat a guy in the head with a hammer.
Yeah. Nobody talks about that. I think we're the only people who've talked about that.
That's sad. We should not be doing better reporting than the news. Seriously, that's one of the reasons I've been watching this so much. Was it not only is it massively addictive, but the disingenuous reporting is appalling. And I would like to see what's going on myself.
Zan says, wait, am I still here?
Yeah.
Okay. Zan says, Andy, no. Andy's done a good job, but I mean, he's on what I'm talking about is actually speaking about it, like news broadcasts and stuff, because they've started to talk about these things because of that snatch and grab. But they're not talking about everything that's happening.
No, they're talking about select things. Did you see Nancy Pelosi getting shouted down, by the way?
No, I did see protesters at her house though.
Yeah, here's a little video link. Yeah, I heard they protested her house and Ted Wheeler's.
Yeah, apparently last night they went to Wheeler's house and I didn't get to see it. The protest at Nancy's house was, I mean, it was some people in some cars.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, beeping their horns. Come on. Let's see.
Sorry, I know your internet's not up to
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to turn that down just a little bit because that is loud as fuck.
It's very loud, yeah.
All right. Hopefully we don't blow your ears out here, guys. Audio warning in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I did pretty good.
As we fight the fight, you know.
When is this from?
It's clear.
I'm not sure, but it's Sinatra posted it today.
Stop it now.
Just stop it now. Why don't you go out to the Justice Center and try that shit? Just tell her no. You know what, Jack?
Since you don't want to listen, we'll have to just go.
Yeah, I'd like to know when that's from. Because yeah, how fun is that, Nancy? How fun is that when they're doing it to you? You know, over graffiti. You can't get mad about it. Can't get mad. That's like 2017, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find a date on it.
No, that's, I mean, I feel like I've seen that stuff before.
Probably. But it's hard to tell if it's new or if it's old, you know, because there's so much nonsense going on.
Oh, true.
I just found it funny.
Yeah, everybody should tweet that at her. Everybody. And I would like to see what happened at Wheeler's house to see how. Did they try to block him in his house? Because I bet they didn't. I bet they didn't tear down fencing in the neighborhood and put it against his front door. Or try to fire. You know what they've downplayed the fuck out of? These assholes broke into the one police building there and set it on fire last night.
Yeah, the police union.
Set it on fire. And I saw somebody, they're like, look, I'm not saying it was the police themselves. It just wasn't the protesters. This was somebody who is working for Donald Trump. I was like, the fuck are you talking about? You think Donald Trump is ordering people down to set police buildings on fire in Portland? And this is what annoys me, Jack, and why I said I was so happy to have you on here. Sorry about that, guys. I had to move my mic. These people have obviously not been paying attention to what's been going on all along.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened in Seattle? Was it Seattle or was it Portland? Where was it where they actually burned a police station? That was the third precinct. Oh, that's Minneapolis. Sorry. Minneapolis. They went in and burned the third precinct.
Yeah, they tried to burn one or two other ones.
Yeah, and just couldn't. Yeah, it's a whole stretch to think that these peaceful protesters would try to burn a building down, for fuck's sake. I'm getting really tired of the excuses being made for them. I'm getting tired of it's not really them, and it's just graffiti, you guys. It's just graffiti. It's not just graffiti. It's fucking arson. Every night, arson. They're setting fires in the middle of the fucking street if they can't get to a building.
Yeah.
Every night. Even on their peaceful nights where they're relatively peaceful when they only have 20 or 30 people out there. They're burning shit down. They're stealing plywood off of buildings where people have boarded up their windows so nobody breaks them. They're stealing that plywood and using it to build fucking fires in the middle of the street. Donald Trump sending his stormtroopers.
Yeah, it's listening to the rhetoric of these people too when they do interviews or just when they're chanting. Even it's incredibly violent. They're threatening to kill people's family members, rape their wives, all this stuff. And they talk about destroying the system and burning everything to the ground. And all this revolutionary talk that, you know, if you get enough people riled up that believe this crap, you could have a real problem on your hands.
Well, there was one of their speakers yesterday, was it? Where they're like, we need to abolish the country.
Yeah, that's not new or surprising. They say all kinds of crazy shit when they're up there on the microphone. And they don't care. They don't care that they're being heard. They might care their faces are being filmed. Yeah. But a lot of them don't even really care about that. So it's pretty disturbing to hear some of this stuff. And it's not toning down at all.
Faithless says they've taken their cues from Islam. No, sir. They've taken their cues from the Bolshevik Revolution. This is Kyle. Thank you. If anyone supported BLM in any way from the beginning, they obviously haven't been paying attention to what's going on in general. I can see you still supporting BLM if you're not supporting this. Did you see what's his name? TK has moved to Portland.
Yeah,
he's been out there the last few days. I'm waiting. There's a powder keg waiting to explode, you guys. It is going to be Seattle versus Portland because the Seattle people are moving in and making this about themselves.
Yeah, they absolutely are. They keep it's one of those virtue signal things where you're like, look how great we are. Look at all the things we accomplished. What have you done? That sort of thing. Oh, you got a super chat.
I just got that one.
Oh, I'm a little bit behind. Sorry. No, I didn't know this, but TK apparently is a woman.
What, TK? No.
Yeah, that's what they were. Snicker Pie and some of the others were saying that's a woman.
That's a dude.
That's what I said, but apparently it may actually be a woman. I don't know. I think they're fucking with me, but everybody that talks to this person calls them a her.
Maybe they do, but they call Anita a woman too.
That's a fair point. But I don't know, but yeah, I could see what you're saying. The ambassadors at the CHOP embassy, like first of all, you have no homeland to go back to, so you don't really have an embassy. You have a refuge.
Yeah, you're refugees from CHOP.
Yeah,
there's a lot of ego down there.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! What's going on? Oh, we got an Amber Alert. Oh, damn. It's a real one. It's not actually real close here, though. All right. Sorry about that. Last time we got an Amber Alert, it was because the governor decided we had to wear masks again.
Yeah, that's not the proper use of an Amber Alert. But she also changes the rules so her husband can mow the lawn.
Massive Dynamic says, it's ma'am. Yeah. If that's a woman,
that's a manly woman.
Yeah. Just saying.
I'm waiting for somebody to beat the shit out of that person because TK's mouthy and she, whatever, doesn't let up. They keep rambling on and on, saying the same thing over and over again, as if you don't understand because they're dumb.
Yeah. Coggum says, Monkey, I forgot we're in the same state, so we both got the Amber Alert at the same time. And hi, nice to see you, bud. I'm just waiting for this. This is a shitstorm waiting to happen. There's going to be one night where things are relatively calm, and it's going to start between the two sides. And yeah, it's gonna turn ugly, and I can't wait because they won't be able to blame that on the police. They will still
find a way.
Oh yeah. If the police would just have left them all alone, they'd have gone home. How many times have we seen that? If you guys would go away, we'd go away. No, you wouldn't.
No,
you guys came first.
Take a victory lap, a bunch of chodes. Look, I think you're right that there will be some kind of confrontation. It'll be one of those lulls where nothing's really going on and they have time to get annoyed with each other.
Yeah, there were two of those incidences last night. There was one guy. I saw a guy get spit on last night.
Yeah.
I was watching.
That's rude.
I had Eyes On up on one side and Just Concrete Reporting up on the other. And I was just watching him, and he followed this this altercation that happened. Apparently, some guy hit a gay woman and stole stuff from her. And so they're all yelling at him and screaming at him. And apparently the gay woman, I think, spit on him right in his face. I was like, oh, shit. And then as they're leaving that little altercation, they come to this little parking lot, and there's an altercation going on there because some guy said something to a woman. I'm like, it's coming, you guys. It's coming.
I saw that one. Yeah.
It's coming. There's distrust that's been built with the with Phoenix, who I haven't seen recently.
No, he's been laying low.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that powder keg to blow, because when these guys go after each other, it's going to turn bloody.
Well, and they play the telephone game of Chinese whispers, where one little thing like, oh my gosh, you got to watch out for this Villain Phoenix guy, becomes that dude's not from here. He must be Villain Phoenix. Remember, they were accusing Concrete Reporting of being Villain Phoenix.
They were,
like,
yeah.
What?
I wish I lived closer, man. I would start some serious rumors.
Oh, right. It'd be so easy. These people are so paranoid. They're terrified of the Phantom Proud Boys that appear to be everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. They're terrified of their own shadows. They jump as soon as the feds breathe funny, or just the regular cops. It's disgusting.
I would like to leave coded messages around.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Wouldn't it? Like, go to their free barbecue table and, without seeming too obvious, make a big deal about putting a note on the table and forgetting to take it with me. Yeah. I could have fun with this, man.
Right? You could even stir up the homeless to be like, look, man, those guys are going to steal your tent.
Oh, God, yeah. No, man. Oh, God, yeah. I was going to say, you could convince them. Those guys aren't really homeless. Those are cops.
Well.
Those are cops, man. And then go out there and be screaming at the homeless people to get the hell out of there.
I heard Proud Boys are infiltrating the homeless community.
Yeah.
Then they get shanked by a hobo.
Anybody wearing black shoes is actually a Proud Boy. That's one of their signs. Make sure you're not wearing black shoes.
That's Proud Boy wear.
Yeah. Proud Boys, to try to fit in, they're making sure they wear black Nikes. That's how they can tell each other apart, though. They wear the exact same black Nikes. I'm telling you, man, you can have so much fun with these idiots.
Oh yeah, because they're gullible and they're stupid.
I wish, you know what? I'm gonna go onto Arix's stream and just plant that. I heard this, you guys. I can't say where I heard it, but the Proud Boys are wearing black Nikes to so they can tell each other apart.
They'd totally believe you too.
I know, right? And then Arix would spread the word.
Did Becca get booted out of one of those? I think it was Arix's stream.
I'm not sure. I know she got in trouble on one of them, but I'm not sure which one. I haven't been over to any of them. I went to Arix's stream one time and said something horrible, and she ignored me. I feel hurt now. And I haven't spoke when I was in any of the others that I watch. The guys in extra tight skinny jeans are probably they know better than that.
Yeah, it can't be too obvious.
They know that's a sign of them. Now, if you could say that the guys in the looser black jeans are Proud Boys. They wear the new Kaepernicks, right? That would be some fun. Oh no, they're really paranoid guys. They really are, and it's funny to watch them, and that's what's going to cause this blow up, because you have all of these guys who got a taste of fame from posting from Chaz, Chop, what's it called? Chop.
Chaz, leaving Chaz in charge of you.
Yeah, and so they got a taste of fame there, and then Chaz has just kind of died. The stuff in Seattle's pretty much dead ever since that girl was. It seriously died right after that.
Yeah, it did. Nobody even streams from there anymore. Everybody went down to Portland.
Yeah, because there's nothing happening up there. I'm surprised none of them have gone over to Kentucky. Out there in Louisville, there's a lot of shit still going down there.
Yeah.
But Portland's closer to Seattle, so, you know.
Yeah.
P-Dog, what is that? MDL761C. Cryptic, thank you. Chaz ended like a chud.
Yeah, it did.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make some people paranoid. Oh, gotcha. That's fine. I'm telling you, man. If just plant a seed. If everybody mentions it every now and then in one of those streams, just some made up bullshit. Just made up bullshit.
It's got to be subtle. You can't be obvious. Don't be throwing around MK Ultra shit. Just be like, look, I heard the Proud Boys are coming tonight.
Yeah.
At like, they'll probably come early, like 5 a.m., just like the cops did.
Oh, dude. The Proud Boys are going to be waiting at the end of one of the streets after a police rush.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That would be fucked up.
Yeah, because the funniest part is I haven't seen a single fucking Proud Boy at any of these events. There's people they've accused of it, and they're like, no, I'm not a Proud Boy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they've accused quite a few people. They're afraid of the Proud Boy. They're very worried that they're coming.
Yeah, because the Proud Boys will beat them up. These guys are pussies. They're only good in a mob. That's all they can do. Did you see the video of that guy that got out of his car and beat the shit, dropped that dude and smacked him a few times?
Yes, that was awesome.
That was beautiful. They're like, he's got a bow and arrow in his back seat. Yeah, he's probably bow hunting, you asshole.
Did you see the video of that black woman pouring black paint all over the Black Lives Matter thing there in front of Trump's building on Fifth Avenue?
Yeah, that made me smile.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Good luck charging her with a hate crime.
And the cops, well, they arrested one of the women there, and they eventually arrested her, but she got to do most of what she wanted to do. They kept trying to grab her when she was on the ground, and she just kept moving.
Yeah.
One of the cops fell in the paint.
Yeah, and they weren't trying that hard. I mean, they were like, no, stop, don't.
Right. Yeah, it was. I enjoyed that one a lot because they've done it a few times. There's a couple of people who've been pouring paint on there, and it hasn't been white people, so they don't know how to react. She got released and did it 2 more times. You talking about the one who poured the paint? Yeah, Beverlyn Beatty, that's her name. Yeah, that one was just funny because I just love when that poor cop fell in it. Because he can't blame her at all for that. He just slipped. So that was some funny shit.
Well, technically, he could blame BLM for that.
How long do you think it'll be before somebody gets smart and brings paint thinner out there?
I don't know, man. What kind of paint did they use to put that shit down? Is that made with the same white crap that they use at the end of the street for the sidewalks? You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of looks like it, yeah.
So I imagine somebody will find a way to fuck it up real bad before too long. I'm actually surprised it's lasted this long without being really destroyed. But
well, when you pour that paint over it, all they got to do is use a thinner. Paint thinner won't work on road paint. Yeah, I don't know what it would be, but I know they can take that shit up, can't they?
Yeah. Well, it depends what kind of material they use to put it down. What kind of paint was it paint or was it that thick white stuff that they use at the end of the street at the stop signs?
It's the yellow stuff that they use down the middle of the streets for the lines.
Oh, well, in that case, I'd talk to a road crew and find out what would be the easiest way to get that.
Somebody get out there with a sander.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could probably get one of those. Yeah, get something like that, or yeah, I don't know. There's probably a dozen ways to get that shit off, but I don't know. I think that whole idea is dumb, and it's gonna backfire on the city.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the other streets get painted yet. I know there was that Women for America First or Women of America First, whatever it is, who petitioned the city to be able to have theirs put down. But I haven't heard anything about it since they did it.
Oh, the media's not going to talk about it. I got to chip that shit off. Some people are saying acetone might work. Otherwise, you got to chip it off. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet. You know what? Somebody could probably watch somebody steal one of those things with the brush on the front that tears up the roadway, tears up the asphalt.
Oh, yeah.
And have a little joyride.
Cryptic, thank you. With all the feminists, just use their periods. That's horrible.
That's disgusting. And probably would be pretty smelly. Have you seen those women?
Yeah, I'm sure there's something that would do it. Like Devil's Advocate said, it's just not something your hardware store would have. I'm sure some of the chemicals I used to work with at the machine shop would do it. We used to work with some nasty shit. You got to wear those thick rubber gloves or it's going to eat your hand away. Like, I don't want to play with that right now. Thank you.
You think Roger Stone would know? He's probably got some dip laying around.
He probably does. Just get some of that. Ask him if he can use some dip. Asphalt doesn't like solvents. Well, it's not. They shouldn't have painted that shit there. And you know what? This was a political thing. And you know it was political because they did it right there in front of Trump's building.
Yeah.
They could have done it on any part of Fifth Avenue. They could have done it Park Avenue. They could have done it anywhere in New York. And they chose right there for a reason. You're not stripping that paint off without destroying the asphalt? Well, they shouldn't have put it there.
That road milling machine. Thank you, Peterbilt.
In front of the government benefits building. Yeah, I mean, they could have done it. The Women for America First, they requested, like, look, can we put it on Fifth Avenue too? Or if that doesn't work for you, how about in front of Gracie Mansion?
Hey,
like, oof.
He opened the door on this, and he's busy virtue signaling. And
like I said, the city has to answer that, and if they don't, I mean, they can be sued for it directly.
Yeah.
Political favors. And being sued for it, you can't claim it wasn't a political motivated statement. Mm-hmm. You made a big political deal out of it. You just, I mean, you fucked yourself there, homie.
Well, de Blasio's not the sharpest.
Oh, God. This is the idiot. Were you here when we watched the video of that idiot saying that they have less people in jail now than at any time since World War II? and it has made the city a safer place.
What?
Yeah, he said that. It's made the city a safer place. And that, what was the other? Safer, I can't remember the other thing he put there. But this is New York where gun crime is going through the fucking roof right now.
Yeah.
We got rid of all the people in jail, and you're safer than ever. Duck. Oh, man. De Blasio, crime is down if you ignore crime. Right? This guy's a fucking retard, man. I'm convinced of that. There is something wrong with that man. He's retarded.
I'm the mayor. Yay.
Yay. I'm the mayor now. I just want to talk about this one because it was funny. Stop complaining about your life. There are people literally living in Oklahoma. I thought that was funny. Sorry for anybody who lives in Oklahoma, or, you know, if you live there and you're like, they're right. No, don't care about that one. Don't care about that. Yeah, there's Nancy calling them stormtroopers again. That was not a real thing. Sorry, dude. I'm running through here to see what else I had specifically to talk about. I don't know if did I talk about this? I don't think I did on this channel. Or on this stream. Somebody tweeted this out, and I don't know if this is real. This says, someone has created an unwoke job board specifically for companies to hire people that just want to work and not be activists, and it's awesome. And this lady retweeted it, said, "Excuse me, let me be very clear. This is not okay." And I'm guessing that people told her it was just a joke. And she tweets this. "So people are just going to let this happen? This is what we're doing now? It might be a joke, so it's okay. It might be a troll, so it's okay. Or do you just not care?" I just don't care.
I don't care because they have a right to do something that's stupid. Look, if you can have a woke job board, you can have an unwoke one.
Yeah. I would hire from a board that it was people trying to get just to go to their job and not have to deal with politics when they get there. Not have to go to a BLM meeting or a sexism in the workplace meeting. I just want to go to work and work, you know? This woman's not even okay with it if it's a joke. Can you imagine being that far up your own ass? That far, we've gotten that far in society that we have to be political at our jobs. There's enough problem with office politics, Jack. I don't want to get into real politics during it.
Right.
Did you talk today to Jack about those people who were fired from Cisco for their posts? Oh, no. Me and Jack haven't talked in a couple of days. He was off for a couple, and then last night I didn't do a stream because little butt. So this is the first time we've got to talk in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So there was this Cisco had this
The rapper?
No, the company. The what do they do? Electronics, computer, right? But they had this BLM focused meeting about race relations, blah blah blah. And then they had a message board set up for people to put messages on to talk further about it. And one person said, "Black lives don't matter. All lives matter." Now, that one I've said this when we talked about the other night on Lords of Night, but I can kind of see where that one would make people go, ooh, because you said Black lives don't matter. But when you follow it up with all lives matter, I feel like it fixes anything that you said wrong at the beginning. Because you're literally saying all lives matter. Everyone, black, white, Asian, all of us. Thank you, Cryptic. Cisco does networking standards and equipment. Thank you. I know it's something computer related. I just forgot what.
Didn't they sing the thong song?
Yes, they did. That was part of the corporate outreach to black people. And horny men.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
I forget what the other two people said, but theirs were completely innocuous. They got fired for being racist, for posting racist. Got fired for posting racist stuff.
Well, if only one person posted racist stuff, it wasn't everybody then.
No. There were 3 people that got fired. The other 2, I forget what it was that they said, but it was literally innocuous. It was nothing racist about it at all. But they got fired because it wasn't supportive of it. Just hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Man, that's dangerous shit. I don't like that at all.
No, neither do I.
Unfortunately, that's going to become a more and more common thing, it seems.
Kylan said, where did they post it? This was on an internal message board that was set up for them to continue the Black Lives Matter message within the company. And yeah, they got fired for that. Like I said, That one stuck with me because it's the only one where you can kind of say, okay, they said something bad about black, black lives don't matter. Ooh. But when you followed up with all lives matter, like, oh, if all they said was, if all they said was black lives matter, you might have a case. But when they follow that up with all lives matter, no, you don't.
They're trying to turn all lives matter into like a white supremacist thing.
Mm-hmm. Because saying all lives matter is a bad thing. How dare you? Plus, it means you think pedophile lives matter.
You probably think, why people's lives matter.
They should sue for unfair dismissal. Depends on their state and if they were actually given that reason. In some states, you can be fired for any reason.
Yeah.
You can try to sue for wrongful termination in those cases. I'm just not sure what you would sue under, because even in states where you can't be, or you can be fired for any reason, you can still draw unemployment if they gave you a stupid reason, that kind of thing. I don't know if you can sue still. Andrew Joyner, thank you so much. More whiteys overall get shot by police. Not a lot of people know that. And when you bring it up, the ones who don't know it don't care. Believe me, I've had those arguments. Gamer Vleen, thank you. No thongs in that music video. It's a bold-faced lie. Well, it's just thongs in the song.
Yeah, it's the thong song, not the thong video.
Yeah. See, you got your hopes up for the wrong thing.
Yeah, you misinterpreted what they were trying to tell you.
Yeah. Got to pay attention. It's all in the wording, man.
And like Merle pointed out, after the video was over, Cisco probably had to go back to running Deep Space Nine and networking all these computers. So yeah, there's a lot happening in his life.
Did you talk about that Friends of Journalism tweet about gaming needing to be inclusive? I don't talk about Friends of Journalism tweets on here because he's a Poe.
I've never heard of this person. I heard somebody mention that, but I don't know who Friends of Journalism is.
He's a Poe on Twitter who's trying to grow the way Tatiana McGrath did.
Oh yeah,
by saying, predictable shit. I follow him, but I only follow him because he follows a lot of other Poes, and it's a good way to, when you go to somebody you've never heard of before, and it's one of those kind of sounding tweets. If you see that they follow him, like, oh, it's one of these.
Now, Jim Healis had mentioned the Kentucky couple who went self-quarantine, so they're put under house arrest.
I didn't see that.
I threw the New York Post in the side chat there.
All right, real quick. This is Kyle. I was playing Halo the other day and saw someone with a BLM clan tag. Thought about making an ALM tag, but was afraid I'd get banned off the game. You probably would.
Yeah, you probably certainly would.
All right. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I didn't hear about any of this. Get a new mouse pad. Oh my God. Kentucky couple who wouldn't sign self-quarantine order put under house arrest. A Kentucky couple says they were placed under house arrest and fitted with ankle bracelets after they refused to sign a self-quarantine order over positive coronavirus test. Elizabeth Linscott of Radcliffe said she got tested for COVID as a precaution because she was planning to visit her family in Michigan. The next day, she received a positive along with an email from the health department containing a form to sign. The documents ask that she check in daily with her symptoms, self-isolate, and let officials know if she has to seek hospital treatment. But Linscott said she opted not to sign because she's worried about whether she would have time to contact health officials in the event of a health emergency. My part was if I have to go to the ER, if I have to go to the hospital, I'm not going to wait to get the approval to go. But on Thursday, Linscott's husband, Isaiah, was greeted by local authorities at the front door of their home. Quote, I opened up the door and there were like 8 different people. I'm like, what the heck is going on? This guy's in a suit and mask. It's the health department guy, and he has 3 different papers for us. For me, for her, and my daughter. The couple was placed under house arrest for 2 weeks and ordered to wear an ankle monitor that will notify law enforcement if they travel more than 200 feet from the property. Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Pincalo, thank you. BLM, TRMP, MAGA, etc. All those clans exist in COD. There you go. Is there an ALM one though? All Lives Matter? Because I'm figuring at this point, yeah, they would probably kick that one out. We didn't rob a store. We didn't steal something. Elizabeth said we didn't hit and run. We didn't do anything wrong. Lincoln Trail District Health Department declined to comment on the matter, citing privacy of the family.
Of course. Hide behind HIPAA.
Oh, fuck that. I would leave. Let them arrest me and see what happens. Because, yeah.
That's the type of overreach you got to watch your government set for. Because that's some... fuck your civil rights. Like, look, they could do a lot to you if you're sick and you need to be quarantined. But we've seen how wrong these tests are all the time. And they might have already had it and been better. We don't know. So, yeah, they need to sue.
Yeah.
Was there a trial before this ankle monitor was put on? No. Nope. So this is an unreasonable detainment.
Yeah. Look, we've talked about quarantining sick people before, but at the very least, give them a second test. We know how wrong these are.
Yeah. Shit, I'd get best 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Gamer Vleen, thank you. Cisco went back to making fudge in Baltimore. It was where he was discovered, and the thong lie while pointing to regular bikinis showed he was better packing fudge at Inner Harbor Fudgery. That's the real place they found him for Drew Hill. You know a lot more about Cisco than I do.
You know a lot more about Cisco than any human should.
An illegal order is still illegal. You know, I honestly don't know the legality of whether or not they can force you to quarantine.
They probably can, but I think there's some due process that needs to be done first. And this doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, she's the only one that was tested, so doing it to the husband without testing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Typhoid Mary would disagree. Nobody likes that bitch anyway. I was told that when schools in my area open, they're going to make everyone wear masks except for gym class where all the germs are. Of course.
Where
like the mask the mask regulations don't make a whole lot of sense anyway. But I mean, is what it is. We went to the store yesterday, Jack, and I saw so many people. It's Walmart. You have to wear a mask in there. So many people. They were wearing masks, Jack, underneath their nose.
Of course.
Like, that's not how it's supposed to work. It's not how it's supposed to work.
That, sir, is a hate fact.
Look, if you're going to wear one, wear it right.
Look, if it's good enough for Chuck Schumer, it's good enough for everybody else, right?
Fair enough. I am an overweight asthmatic smoker, Jack, and I wore my mask with no problem.
That's because you're being irresponsible. That's not the point. Look, just because everybody else is irresponsible doesn't mean that your good example is okay. All right, you should blend in with the rest of the sheep and accept your fate. And just let people cough right into your nose.
The weird part is I'm called a sheep for wearing it too, so there's no winning. Gamer, thank you. No, Jack, I'm from Baltimore. They made a big deal out of it when the fudgery announced closing down right before I went to visit family the last time.
I'm not talking about the fudgery. I'm talking about Cisco. That dude should be forgotten, just like Snow with his licky, licky, boom, boom, down.
Licky, licky, boom, boom, down. That was a great song, man.
It was stupid. It was stupid, just like Shaggy.
Look, oh, how dare you?
Shaggy was awful. Yeah,
No.
he had a couple of catchy tunes, but they're stupid.
It Wasn't Me was an excellent song.
Stupid.
How dare you?
It was dumb. And all three of those people should be erased from our memories collectively.
Nut says, I wear one when I go out. Look, you guys can do what you want. I'm wearing mine. I don't care. But again, I'm not for forcing people to wear them.
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't think the president is either from the sound of it.
Pincalo, thank you. I wear one because I value my clients' money. Fair enough.
I've seen people getting thrown out of stores already for not wearing them. So,
yeah, and you got to be careful with that because we've seen people shot over that shit. We've seen people confrontation with a security guard at a grocery store. We've seen both the guard get killed and the person in different incidents. So, yeah, it ain't worth all that to me, guys. Look, I think everything's been overblown. I've told you guys that. I've been quite forthcoming with my thoughts on this. But, I mean, still going to wear a mask because if I can keep from getting sick, I'm going to keep from getting sick.
Yeah, I mean, I just wear one because everybody's making you do it right now, and I got stuff to do that isn't virtue signaling.
D-Quaid Man says, I saw someone wearing a mask while taking a walk alone. Well, that's another problem we have right now because all they're doing is screaming, you need to wear a mask. No. You need to wear a mask if you're within a short distance of each other.
Yeah, if you're going to be around a bunch of people in an enclosed building, then you should be wearing a mask. But beyond that, if you're outside, really?
Well, the standard even indoors is 6 feet.
Yeah.
As long as you're 6 feet away from somebody, you don't have to wear a mask by their guidelines. And if you're walking your dog alone, chances are you're not within 6 feet of someone.
Maybe the dog had COVID.
I saw a story. I didn't read it. I saw the headline that they put a dog down. I think it was in Georgia because it tested positive.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up. That dog didn't do nothing wrong. Wearing masks, you should be selling them. Oh, I wish I could get them with the monkey right on the front.
Give it a few months, you probably will be able to.
They want you to wear a mask at home and during sex, and to that I say fuck off, but that's my opinion. Well, Michiru, I think I'm saying it right. You have to look at what they're actually saying. If you've been alone in your house with just you and your wife for the last 2 weeks, you can fuck and you don't got to worry about a mask. Most of the time they tell you the mask is without, or when you can be out with your family and you don't have to wear a mask. It's when other people come around that masks are required. This is what I was talking about just a moment ago and I got distracted. They're not doing a very good job of telling people when they should be wearing a mask.
Well, it would help if they didn't constantly change their minds about everything. Don't wear masks. Do wear masks. Who's going to believe them after a while? No matter what they say, you start tuning them out because they've lied to you already.
Oh, I'm being told Teespring has masks. Okay, I'll go over there and just let it happen. Mask be okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Even with a hooker, mask during sex is stupid.
Yeah, she can't suck your dick with a mask on. I'm sorry.
Well, there was a big deal made because Britain came out and said, you can only have sex with people in your household.
Those bastards.
And with the way that sounds, it's like, well, Mom, you're the only one here. That's not what they meant. They meant, don't be going out and having casual sex. If your boyfriend doesn't live in your house, sorry, you got to put it off until this is over.
Matt has said you should make a mask with just the Asian guy, not the hat he's wearing.
It's not an Asian guy. I don't understand why I can't see that.
I don't know why you don't get it either. His little eyes and his little mouth there. Yeah.
I don't see it though.
No, the nostrils of the monkey are the eyes of the Asian man.
I understand what all the parts are.
Yeah.
I just can't see it. When I look at it, it doesn't look like a little Asian man to me.
You just see a monkey?
Yeah, well, I just see the mouth of the monkey, the mouth and nose.
Oh, you see it for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I can't see the forest for the trees, guys. Or in this case, the trees for the forest.
Or the Asian for the monkey head.
Even the mofo who started all this shit had sex with his mistress. That's true. And he ended up losing his job over that shit. Because it came out that he wasn't social distancing the way he was telling everybody else to.
Almost like he's a Cuomo.
Yeah, right. The Cuomos, they're an interesting a bunch. Because Cuomio gave it to his wife. Probably passed it on to his kids. I wonder if his kids have been tested. Do you know through all of that he wasn't tested for that?
Well, really, are we surprised?
Not really, but yeah, kind of. Now I have to go through and see if he ever did have one. But when he first announced and stuff, yeah, he hadn't had any test. He just wasn't feeling good, so he decided it was COVID.
Wow, way to Fredo that up.
Septus, it's your birthday. This one's for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Septus Wolf. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir. I hope you had a great one. I really do. Is it true Gretchen made exceptions for this quarantine mass crap for the northern part of the state so she can still go to her vacation home? Not that I know of. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't looked at what the fuck we have.
Well, isn't that the incident where her husband was trying to do something with a boat or whatever? A vacation home?
What happened is she had made it so we weren't allowed to go to, if you had a second property in Michigan, you weren't allowed to go to it. This is the same time where you weren't supposed to go, you weren't allowed to go to garden centers. Because that made people plant, and apparently planting things made you sicker, I guess. But she removed that standard right as her husband went to rake leaves at their second home. Yeah,
that's convenient,
wasn't it? And so she reinstituted the mask thing, and I don't know if it. I think it's for the whole state, as far as I know. Traverse City area is exempt, just so happens to be the same area as her vacation home. I didn't know she had exempted Traverse City.
Well,
did she exempt the UP as well? I mean, if you're going to exempt Traverse City, you might as well exempt everything above it. What are you going to say, that just Traverse City can't get it?
Now, Monkey, how can she exempt the UP? They're part of Wisconsin or Minnesota or some shit.
It's Wisconsin and Canada. It belongs to one of those. How we got it, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that because Minnesota didn't want it, like they had that entire top section there, they gave it to Wisconsin. Then Canada's like, that's ours. So they're like, fuck you. We're giving it to Michigan.
Apparently it's Traverse City and the UP. Okay. I mean, I would love to know her reasoning for that. Traverse City is a decent sized city. It's not as big as like Grand Rapids or Lansing or even Flint, I don't believe. But it's a decent sized city. I'm wondering why she decided to do that. I wonder if it's we're coming up on cherry picking season soon. I wonder if it's for that. Got to have the cherry festival. We are the cherry capital of the world, don't you know?
Oh, I was unaware of that.
That's true. It is a true thing. Michigan has some really great cherries, and chances are, if you're buying cherries, they came from here. If you're getting fresh cherries later in the summer, yeah, they probably came from here. As if they didn't have a landscaper do that, says Faithless. I don't know what the fuck went on with why her husband needed to go rake leaves in spring. Because I can't imagine they're the kind of folks who left leaves all around their yard in fall. And it's not like we got an unexpected snowfall this year. That happens sometimes, some years, you know. Leaves have started to fall, and you're like, all right, I'll wait for them to all come down, and then you get a heavy snow, and it's like, fuck, because that destroys your yard. But, I mean, come on. I have a giant cherry tree in the backyard. Oh, you're lucky. I love fresh cherries. They're so good. Oh, especially if you can get them just a little bit tart. But yeah.
Well, if they were tart, they're not cherries anymore.
That's how they become not cherry anymore.
Yeah.
Whose leaves and what does it mean to rake her? I know, right? Hey, those cherries could be from Washington. We have a giant cherry business here. But you also have Seattle, so nobody's going to eat that shit. It's too close to hippies, man. It's got dirt all over it. It's got hippie juice on it.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. Stick with your fucking apples. By the way, we have a lot of apples in Michigan, too. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, Jack, and I think I'm going to go visit the wife for a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, I spent most of the day with her, so it's not like she hasn't got attention. Although, even though I spent most of the day with her, I wasn't paying attention. I was playing with the kids. Yeah, so what? It's on the side of the mountain, so they're safe. Nah, you can't get past that hippie stink that close. Sorry, man. You gotta be like 2 states away. Fucking apples are the ones used as gags, right? What? You're not supposed to gag people with apples.
Yeah, that's some horror movie stuff there.
I think you need a ball mask is what you're thinking of. Niagara peaches and apples are best. Fight me on the falls. You're Canadian. Nobody fights Canadians.
Fighting on the falls. What are you, Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty? That's dangerous.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for the attendance at today's unscheduled, weird time Monkey in the Morning. It just felt like something I should still do. Thank you for the donations. I almost forgot that part. Thank you so very much. You guys are very, very generous, and I really do appreciate it. Jack, anything you want to show?
I'll throw a link to my latest video in the chat. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are amazing.
Tonight, we're going to be over on 2 Cents Plus. That is the number 2, CENTSPLUS. In about an hour, playing some 7 Days to Die. It's our long stream. We're going to be playing for about 4 hours tonight, guys. So come hang out and tell your friends, your family, that bitch you hate. Get them there watching because, look, I'm telling you, that bitch you hate, she might touch your pee-pee. Just saying. Who has a birthday? I just feel like singing. I always feel like singing, but for what? I don't necessarily need a reason to sing, Jack.
Oh, I know.
Most of my songs just involve my dick anyway, so.
Yeah, well, those are for Susan. Those are love ballads.
It's my grandma's birthday. Well, I need a name. You know, we'll just call her Shield's grandma.
You said Ethel.
What?
Ethel.
Ethel, this one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Ethel. Happy birthday to you. Ethel, I hope you have a great one. Everybody, have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
And now I'm gonna sing about my dick. After I sang about Shio's grandma, I feel a little bad about that.